What is going on, Reapers? This is Devontae Jeffers. Welcome to the Reaper Motivation Podcast, and we are back at you guys again with some more motivation, some more words about life and what we go through to be successful and hunt our goals and to be the best that we can be. And today we're going to talk about something that is crucial to not only your goals, this is also going to be crucial to your life. And this is life in all aspects, work, life, relationships, whatever aspect of life that you can think of, this is going to be very important to. And that is energy. And your energy, your self-energy is something that is very important. It's something that you really want to conserve. And you want to be careful about the energy that you give and the energy that you output into certain aspects of life, certain people in life, certain things in life. And to start off with, you got to think about like this, right? The human brain has been, and I don't know how true this is, I didn't do any real scientific research into it, but they said the human brain has enough power to be able to power a city for a certain period of time. That's how much power the human brain can generate if properly utilized. The energy inside your body, we put energy into different things. We put energy into work. We put energy into our families, our goals, ourselves. But there's a thing called putting too much energy output into things that do not reciprocate that same amount of energy. And to go into, let's say you're in a relationship, right? The number one reason I feel relationships fail is because there gets to a point in time where one person in a relationship is giving all their energy and one person is giving little to nothing, right? And what do I mean when I say the energy put into it? Just the mental, just you paying attention to their feelings, you putting effort into trying to better them, trying to motivate them, trying to do things for them. It's more so than just being physical. It's just your emotional, everything that you put into a relationship, how much you just care about that person, how hard you love, how hard you want them to be great, and how hard you want them to be good, not only to you, but to their family. That's when you're putting a lot of energy into a relationship. That's when you're doing something you're just all invested into that person, but that person is not fully invested to you. Now, the reason why that person may not be giving that same amount of energy, that can differ. A lot of that also has to do with kind of who you chose to be in a relationship with. But when there's one person giving way more into a relationship, at some point in time, you're going to run out of energy. At some point in time, it's going to be almost impossible for you to just keep just giving and giving and giving and not receiving anything back. But that doesn't always mean that you're going to leave. And that's when those problems start. That's when you get what they call toxic relationships. Because just imagine if you're giving all your energy into somebody or someone and you just feel drained and you don't have enough to put into your own goals. You don't have enough to put into your own, just being yourself. It's funny. If you talk to some people that have been in long-term relationships with kids, they'll tell you that they used to put so much energy into that other person. They didn't even put that energy into their kids. They didn't have anything to give back to themselves. If you guys watch the movie from back in the day, Baby Boy, they'll tell you that the lady, when she was talking to Yvette in the garden, Jody's mom, she said straight out, I didn't have that energy to even give into my child at points in times because I felt so low. That's too much energy output that's not being reciprocated. You should always feel as though the person's at least trying to match the energy that you're putting into your relationship. And that's not just in your relationship, that goes in life in general. If you're at a job and you feel like you're putting all your energy into this job and the reciprocation, whether that be, just monetary or mental, whatever it is not equal to that, don't quit your job right away, because I know a lot of you guys who probably hate your jobs. Don't leave right away. Make sure you have something to fall back on, because I don't want anybody to be homeless or anything like that. But it's probably time to start looking elsewhere. It's time to start trying to find different ways to be successful in life other than just being at that job and saying, well, you know what, it just pays the bills, even though it's mentally draining, even though it's emotionally draining. I gotta get my money somehow. Let's really take into consideration the output of energy. And again, that goes with anything. That goes with just everyday life, things that you stress about, listening to people talk shit. And that's going to lead me into my next form of energy that you need to be considerate about, and that's negative energy, right? And that's on the surface, that sounds like something that's very, you can kind of just figure out like negative energy. That's people, talking crazy, people just not being positive in life. But negative energy can differ in a lot of different ways. Because you have so you start off with, right, you have like just your negative energy where, okay, look, I never have anything positive to say. I'm never really an outgoing person, an upbeat individual. Everything is negative. Everything is just gloomy. It's very, 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 like, I just can't ever be positive. But then you look at it and we have negative energy that we invite into our lives with relationships, with jobs. I gotta tell you, a lot of us have friends and family. Some of us have family that are very, very negative. We choose to keep them in our lives off of the simple fact that they're family, that blood is more important than anything. That's not the case. At the end of the day, negativity is worse than someone giving no energy to you. If you have somebody in your life who you're putting energy to and they're not giving you anything back, it'd be worse for them to be giving you back negative energy than it would for you just to be giving out your energy in general. Because when somebody's giving you negative energy, in turn, it corrupts you. It just makes you feel gloomy. It makes you feel like, well, fuck it. What's really the point? And you don't ever want that to happen because, again, we're about Reaper Motivation Channel. We're about chasing goals. You cannot chase a goal if you always have a negative attitude, because you're never going to want to take risks. A big part of being an ambitious individual, a big part of being a Reaper, is to take risks. You got to. It comes with it. Otherwise, you're going to be stagnant. You're just going to always be in that one spot because you're just never sure of yourself. Confident people are never unsure of themselves. That's something that you're going to notice a lot. If you interact with anybody who's successful, who has a lot of money, a lot of people like to put that on the fact that they're rich, and that's why they're always happy. They're always rich. They got money. They don't got to worry about bills and all that stuff, which can contribute to it. But that attitude is what got them there. Because if you was to talk to them when they was broke and you asked them how they felt about what was coming up in life, if they worked for that money, if you talk to like a P. Diddy probably when he was broke, he's going to tell you, oh yeah, I'm going to be successful one day. I'm going to be a millionaire. Upbeat, positive, a positive outlook on life. And the energy that you put out into the universe is going to always come back to you. And if it's negative, it's going to come back to you. Think of the difference of like somebody who, for example, they always talk about Muhammad Ali, how he said he was the greatest before he even knew he was. That's a positive individual. Compare that to somebody who in your life that has never been anything, has never done anything big. He's just always been kind of just towing the line. He's kind of there. He's just out there just living life to live life. And he's always negative. Two people at the same starting point. Obviously, Muhammad Ali had extreme talent. He was somebody who was very, very talented. But as far as accomplishments, what's the difference? What's the difference between that person that that's negative and Muhammad Ali? Just one person had a different outlook on life. One person had a different energy about him. And that's what exacerbated his success. That's all it was. But then you talk about all these successful people. You look at Mike Tyson. Crazy about Mike Tyson. When that energy inside of him turned to positive energy, he had negative people around him. And another aspect that we're looking at, and I'm not really going to get into so much as, I'm not telling you guys that you need to cut off anybody around you that's negative, because sometimes that contributes to creating something that I think is unspoke about energy inside of us, and that's dark energy. And dark energy is something that's very, very, it's something that is almost like a sword, right? A sword can be used for good, it could be used for bad. It all depends on what you choose to do with it, if you choose to do anything at all with it, right? There was a book that I read, it's about Tim Grover. I don't know if you guys know who Tim Grover is, but Tim Grover trained all of the basketball greats almost. From Michael Jackson to Charles Barkley, the list goes on. Gilbert Arenas, I believe, at one point. And one thing about Tim Grover, he likes to talk about people's dark side and taking that dark, almost the part about you that's not pure, right? Because all of us have flaws, right? You know, all of us have desires and things that we want to do and we like to do that's not always good for us, right? But he talks about taking that and turning it and being constructive with it and turning it into something that makes you almost a relentless animal, right? When it comes to your goals. And with dark energy, I feel like dark energy, something that's normally retained from people being negative around you, and it starts to make you innerly angry. You'll kind of notice if you're around somebody who's very, very negative, after a while, not only do you kind of feel like not positive about them, you start to get angry. It's like, yo, I hate this place. You know, it's kind of how I feel about my job now. Is a lot of negative people, and I just subsequently, I'm never really gonna be a negative person. So subsequently, I just get angry. I just feel that dark energy. But I tell you what, and one thing that I do for myself when I come home, I do this. I do other positive things. I write my book. I work on my YouTube channel. I take that dark energy and I turn it into positive. See, what happens is, right, you'll get dark energy from a lot of different things. Not even just people. You'll get dark energy from just traumatic or bad events. There's a lot of events in my life that I feel like contributed to me when I was younger being violent. And I took that energy, I took that kind of dark feeling inside of me, and what I chose to do with it was, I decided that would be positive in football. Because I could be as angry as I want to be in football, but I can't get in trouble for hitting somebody. I can go fuck somebody up on a football field instead of getting into a fight down the block. And now that dark energy is now being used to be something positive. See, a lot of times we accept where we are in life because we don't know how to flip. A successful person will always know how to flip. And I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about a successful person knows and realizes that he can always change his circumstances with nothing else but with just an idea. Just simply just sitting back one day and being like, I'm in this bad position right here, but how can I build off of this? The glass half full almost mentality. How can I build off of what's going on right now? And that's all a successful person does. That's all positive people do. They just sit there and they change things and they build it for the better. Because you're always going to have the urge to take that dark energy and be bad with it. And that's when you get the serial killers and crazy motherfuckers like that and gangbangers and stuff like that. I'm not saying all gangbangers are bad, but you know what I mean. Just people who are out there just solely to cause hatred. And you know what's even funnier? Those same people, that you know who love talking behind people's backs and who love to tear other people down and cause chaos, that's negative people who just took that dark energy and using it for things that are deconstructive instead of constructive. And the true reason why they're doing that is because they're too insecure to do anything else. There's a person at my job right now. It's funny because that person is just one of the most, for face value, one of the most positive people ever. They smile, they laugh, and they cheese in everybody's faces. This person's tried to get like 3 different people at my job fired for dumb shit, for petty shit, including me. But on face value, they'll smile in your face and show you how happy and sincere they are. And in all reality, I know personally why that person's like that. So I don't put any energy into it. I don't even entertain it. I go about my business because I have that confidence and that positive energy into myself to where even the most of nonsensical energy that you can send my way, I'm never gonna pay it any mind. If nonsensical is a word, I don't know if that is a word, but I'm not gonna pay it any attention. There's no need for me to. Why sit here and entertain you, and even having the I don't even see a point in doing it. And it's funny because when you become a truly positive person, you can see past a lot of the bullshit. And it's almost to the point where you can kind of almost choose and accept what kind of energy you want to let into your life. Aristotle said the most truest thing ever: the energy of the mind is the essence of life. The essence of your life. In order to live, in order how you're going to live on this life, and this one life that we have, is all based on your energy. And things to look out for when I talked about on my YouTube channel about role models. You want to look for people who are always looking for the bright side of life. Even if things are gloomy, you want to always keep those individuals around you. Individuals who normally when you see them, if you haven't seen them in a couple days, a couple weeks, a couple months, even though you haven't seen them in a long time, that's still upbeat, that's still positive. Now, obviously, we go through things and rough times take us off, kind of move us off our footing a little bit. But you want to have at least somebody who's has the ability to at least make you feel as though there's some positive energy being given out. So be very, very cautious of it. Your energy is important. Your energy is the difference between you accomplishing those goals that you're setting for yourself and you falling to the wayside, to you falling victim to this just negativity that's being pushed out. And it never, I'm not even gonna say it never wins, because it's all about output. It's all about the energy. It's all about how much you're willing to give into some bullshit. That's why you see a lot of people said they got to delete their social media, because there's a lot of negativity on social media. But the funny thing is, I have all my social medias and I use them quite regularly. Now, albeit I have promotions and stuff like that, and I actually use it for like more of a business aspect of it. But also, I don't associate with. I'll block a motherfucker. I really don't care. That's one thing that y'all. I also want to get in social media about this one. Have the mental fortitude to block some people, man. Now, I know for my generation, blocking somebody is the equivalent of like telling them to fuck their mother or something like that. But like, nah, you really gotta have the idea in yourself that my energy is too good to just be given to some bullshit. So if you on my Facebook, my Instagram, my Snapchat, you always running your fucking mouth about somebody or arguing or talking crazy or talking shit, I block you. I don't have time to have you even around my fucking. I don't want to see it. I don't look at no fucking posts of people getting beat up. I don't look at no posts of people getting cut and all this other nonsense that they post. I think it's cool now that they got the sensitive content shit, whether or not you want to look at it or not. I don't look at it. I'm cool. I don't click on none of those fucking videos. When motherfuckers try to show me some dumb shit, or, oh, dude, look at how her neck. I don't give a fuck about that, bro. I don't want to see that. What the fuck do I need to see that for? What is positive about that? I'll be on my social media. You know what I'm on my social media for? For funny fucking memes. To talk to my friends that I haven't seen in some time, or keep up with them because I haven't, I don't interact with all my friends. I moved from my hometown and stuff like that. And I also use it to promote my business. All positive things. But again, what are you choosing to put your output into? I don't need to. And getting into more about talking about social media, I really don't understand why people, whenever somebody, and then some people you'll see sometimes they'll go in there and they'll talk about, we should be more positive and stuff like that, which is true. But when I see people get affected to the point that they're just depressed, and I've seen people get depressed off of social media, and it's like you're allowing somebody has so much power over your mind that they could not even be in your presence, and it ignites that much energy into you that you're depressed or you're angry. Now, don't get me wrong. I'll get angry at some. If somebody's on my page and they say some dumb shit, y'all know me get angry. Now, you'll see me, if y'all got me on Facebook and stuff like that, you know that sometimes I'll go, and if I got some time that day, if I ain't got nothing else to do, yeah, I'll entertain the bullshit. A lot of times it's more so me trying to, if I see something that's racially insensitive, that's my favorite thing to talk about, because I like debating people about kind of black pride and things like that, because I feel as though a lot of the individuals out there who are racist or whatever, they're just people who lack understanding. They're doing it's all just negative energy. They're just trying to, they don't know much about the world and about themselves, so they're trying to cast that upon everybody else, and they don't do no research about it. So when you get on there and I see these motherfuckers on social media and they talking shit, and they're the Trump post and all this other negative nonsense. I remember I was on there and I saw during Columbus Day how they said they don't look at the Columbus Day should be a holiday because they don't listen to losers. It's like, but that's just negative energy, and I didn't entertain responding to that or even looking at the post. I just said whatever, and I just blocked the page. You know they're on there for the sole purpose of just getting a rise out of you or getting a rise out of people. And people like to troll. I even put up when Juice WRLD died and you saw those fucking memes. It's just people trying to troll and say dumb shit. But that's also a part of, talking about energy still. There's different types of energies outside of just the negative, the dark, and the positive. You also have, feminine energy and masculine energy. And we live in a very feminine society. And a part of feminine energy, if you guys go into the details about it, and I'll have a separate episode about those two types of energies, is getting a rise out of people. Trying to have somebody lose their composure to see their emotions. Being very emotional is a very feminine trait. So trolls are really just bitch ass niggas, to be honest with you. They're just people who are very, very feminine. So they want to get a rise out of people. Ooh, I got him. Ooh, I love it. He's mad, he's shaking, he's upset. Oh, that's just something that's a very feminine trait. So that's a part of social media now. So because we're in such a feminine society, now this is the time where all the weirdos who just grew up way too soft, way too coddled, and this is their time to get their rocks off getting motherfuckers mad. So if you have a social media, my advice to you is to use it for something positive. Like I said, I laugh a lot when I get on my social media. I post a lot when I get on my social media about, if it's not like memes or something like that, it's about my business. It's about me trying to better myself. And every now and again, I'll get on there and I'll, go back and forth with somebody. It's all in for me. I just like making ignorant people feel stupid, because a lot of ignorant individuals, they're stupid, but they don't know they're stupid. They just like the fact that they can be pompous and kind of stick their nose up at other motherfuckers, but they don't really take the time to actually do any research or ideas. So every now and again, if I'm bored, yeah, I'll get on there and I'll kind of jaw with somebody a little bit. But you should never at no point in time feel drained on Instagram. The idea that even the sound when somebody says something like that, it bugs me out. They'll say that they've gotten on Instagram, they just feel drained, like they just putting too much into it. It's like, wow, really? If that's how you feel getting on social media, then yes, get rid of your social medias, because you're not using it for anything. You're not using it for the right reasons or any positive reason at all. But like I said, guys, this is Reaper Training. We talk about motivation, we talk about chasing our goals, but these are all things that are related to, because let me tell you something, like I said on my channel, social media is an opportunity. This is a new era for entrepreneurs. Guys, it's so easy to get on social media and start a business and promote that business. You don't have to buy any billboards. You don't have to, if you have 10,000 subscribers or 10,000 followers on your page or 10,000 friends, and let's say you post up a post about your business or something like that, right? Now, if you're lucky, if you have a lot of good friends, maybe out of that 10,000, maybe 5% may actually support your business, which is, in your mind, you may be like, damn, that kind of sucks. But that's a large percentage compared to 15 years ago, where you needed to get a billboard and some advertisements in the phone book and newspaper and stuff just to get your idea out there. You know, and you think about it, everything comes with consistency and growth. So if it gets to a point, right, let's say, like I said, say 10,000 people, right, and you only get 5%. Let's say that grows after some time to, I don't know, let's say it grows to 20% or 25%, right? You're slowly getting income off of all these people. And let's say you're serving a product, and let's say everybody from this product, let's say they buy, it's like a $20 product, right? You can just see the growth of what's coming from you just putting up some post on your social media page while still enjoying yourself, because you're still in contact with your friends and family and cracking jokes and stuff like that. So this is all positive ways of using social media. So don't lose out on that opportunity. If you're somebody who's ambitious and you want to be an entrepreneur, this is your time to try to do that and utilize your just free outlets to do so. There's so many millionaires made off of Instagram, and some of them you probably never heard of before. Every day I find a new fucking fitness girl on Instagram with like 1 million followers that has this program that every girl is buying, or a whole bunch of girls are buying. Easy money. I just saw a post about the girl that just donated what was like $500,000 to the Australian animals that are dying. $500,000. She's 20 years old. All she did was sell her nudes. Who the fuck is this? $500,000 to a 20-year-old off of social media. So it's out there for us to utilize. You just have to be consistent. You have to be willing to go through the bullshit. And again, don't put your energy into nothing that doesn't truly warrant it, or no person that truly warrants it. Y'all just gotta, it's difficult at times, but we all, including myself, we just gotta know when sometimes what to associate with and what not to. So this is Devontae's the Reaper Motivation Podcast. I want you guys all to be successful. I want you guys all to chase your goals. Watch the energy that you're giving out, and pay very, very little attention to the negative bullshit on social media. Use it for what it's for. I'll catch you next time.